Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Oh my God, it's been a long time. Yes, well, in YouTube years it has. Um, okay, so I've been doing a couple of other things. I've been trying to do deals. I've been trying to play AI Warlord. I've been trying to do. Oh boy, I've been trying to do a lot of things. Do meetings, all this type of stuff. I spoke to the CEO of Okara. She is actually really, really cool. And I did some type of stuff. Okay, so everyone knows about Okara is the AI CMO. It does all this type of stuff. I already have a dashboard. I've been doing a lot of offline work for a couple of other people. So we're going a couple of other things. We're gonna see how it is. So this is like so as you can see here. So we are going to just review it, and we're gonna see how it is. So we can do 10 plus marketing. So you can get your hacker news. Go to your website. So generate a hacker news product that daily speaks to your product to developers. Um, So we're just gonna pick a website. For example, we're just gonna do, let's say, like Google or something. So we can give you an example of like how it would work. I'm just gonna use something like Google.com. So just to give you an example of what it is. So we're gonna go on to, let's say, Google.com. Just something simple, something that everyone knows. Just to give you a background, usually these types of things would be like stuff about, like, let's say, like, here's the workflow to this, here's the workflow to that. So hacker news. We're gonna go back. That's okay. So we're gonna go to Google.com. So we're just gonna do that. Google.com. We're gonna hit get started. It's gonna load up. So we'll see how that turns out. I have a couple of other people who I work with, obviously. So, well, but we're gonna see Google. Okay, so it's defaulting back to my website. Reason. And I'll see if we can go to my account dashboard. Okay, so go here. And after that, this is the private chat that they also have a review as well, but I want to see if I can. Okay, so do I have to like edit? So can I edit the URL? Oh, I can just change the website URL. Okay, so I can just add a new website. Okay, so that maybe actually could work. I'm just gonna oh, I can. I don't know. I'm gonna put. You just put Google. Put Google.com and after just hit that URL. Yeah, that's fine. So we can get you an idea of like what it is. So I just switched over. So we're just redoing Google. Um, skip. I'll just hit skip for now. Add like certain things, but just to get an idea of like what it is. So just to put in an example, we're just gonna put Google so we can just get like a good example of like how this works and like how like do an after and you can do a private chat. So that's why I switched over from the client. So it was a client that I just gave them some information. So just to get an idea of like, okay, so we have all the competitor type of stuff. So just to give you an example, I just put Google, so just a like something a little bit known. So it gives you all your type of stuff, and then like it gives you your competitor analysis and like how Google is. I'll put the link in a couple of other things after, but like so this is just an example, but like obviously I put Google because it's a little bit easier, just as an example. But let's say you have your own type of website, or let's say you have your own type of. It doesn't matter. It could be your own website. It could be your own brand or whatever. So you would just type in the link, and obviously Google is the example. I have a couple of other things that I do for a couple of other. So let's say you have. I'll fix the title after. Um, so let's say you have, for example, like your business. So let's say it's a drop shipping business or it's a shoe business, whatever it could be. Um, it could be a party store, it could be whatever that nail salon. It doesn't really matter what it is. Um, you throw it in, and then as you can see here, it gives you all your type of stuff. I'm using Google as an example. Um, so it gives you your competitor. So what's your product information? How do you rank? Okay, so if this is let's say like a hair salon, I'll just use my account. That's fine. I need to put like my now I'm trying to verify with the search console. So now I was trying to connect. if it connects. See? But okay, so we have all that type of stuff. Obviously, like this would be like okay, let's say with your business or whatever, you would log in with your business email, like your Gmail or like whatever it could be, and then it would get all like your search results, your tracking data, all that type of stuff, and then like it would like do everything for you. So like it would give you like a list. So let's say like the hacker news, or like let's say like here are the best things for like your geo, for your strategy, for like ranking on like ChatGPT or all that type of stuff, Perplexity, all that type of stuff. And then SEO is kind of falling apart. Like no one really uses like Google in the sense of like most people just would ask like the AI. People ask Gemini, yes, it's powered by Google. People ask ChatGPT. People ask Perplexity, whatever. They ask Rock, obviously, and all that type of stuff. Like your traditional like search, and then spamming the same word 100 times to get to page one is kind of useless, due to the fact that like AI is not part of your life. It's just like okay, so like I even use like obviously I have an Android, so obviously I have Gemini, um, but like obviously Apple's trying to figure out. I don't know what Tim Cook is doing at this stage. I think he's just trolling everyone. But that, aside from certain things and Tim Cook just trolling the crap out of everyone, um, like let's be real, like the guy really is trolling everyone. But but okay, so I'll see if I can add the handles. I have to add the handles. So I guess you can see here. I'm good. So as you can see here, it's building everything. So like then I'm gonna go back, and after then I'm gonna show you like the hacker news, this, that. Um I just had to I'm just using this as an example, obviously. Um so just something popular just to get an idea of certain things. So I love how people. I like calling it. I still call it like I used to call it Twitter, but it actually just sounds a lot better. But like again, like but some people do call it Twitter because it was called Twitter before. So, but as you can see here, you have your LinkedIn post, you got your X, you got all the type of stuff. Like you got all your little agents. Reddit out of all places. Oh God. And I don't say that lightly. Reddit out of all places. Oh boy. Everyone knows what Reddit truly is, so that's the funny thing about that. So then we're gonna look at everything, and after then we're gonna look at everything separately in a way, and after then we're gonna go into like the private mode to like to see like how it also works. But like I think personally, this is actually really starting to turn out really, really good. And I personally, I remember when this came out, and then everyone was a big, oh, it's gonna be a scam. AI is just a fad. AI is such a fad that that all these people are trying to fire as many people as possible for AI. Oh, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Is that so? Is that why Jensen Hung literally is the Nvidia literally has this entire market cap of every single country around the world minus um the minus China and America. The whole point is it's not a fad anymore. It's part of the economy. It's a 12 trillion. If you really want to look at it, so then Musk took SpaceX public. He's gonna buy Cursor. So all that AI is a $12 trillion plus economy. The infrastructure. The Gartner report was insane. In a year, it generated six. Like, it's not. So it's here to stay. These tools aren't going away. Like, and this is an amazing tool, by the way. So we got all this other stuff. Okay, so we have everything. Everything's now waiting in your dashboard. Approve, edit, or let me handle it. Okay, so obviously we got your product information. Everyone knows what Google is. Here, giving an example, you can download certain things. You can edit certain things. Okay, so what's your brand voice? What's Google's brand voice? Google's copy is a minimal, confident, quiet, and clever. The homepage almost nothing, and then every word earns its place. There you go. Do's and then the don'ts. Here, tone, under 200 characters. Post, LinkedIn, social media by platform, right here. Instagram. That's actually changed, by the way, but there's it's this is the SEO version, but the GEO is a lot different. Like I'm not trying to rank on words and trying to rank on stuff like Perplexity, Meta AI, all that sort of stuff. Rather out of all places, YouTube itself here. So pretty much as you can see here, so you put your website in, you rank certain things, maybe a whatever it may be hospitality, it could be a restaurant, it could be a shoe store, it could be whatever. And then it gives you everything your do's and don'ts, how to do this, how to do it, give you a plan, all this type of stuff. It gives you your competitors. So then you have like a competitor analysis right here. As you can see, example, correct, free tier, sites, GPT, OpenAI. Atlas was terrible, by the way. See everything right here. Copilot is 50-50, but again, aside from that, Edge is starting to somewhat make of a comeback. Comet actually isn't that bad either, but there's other types of things. But like as you can see here, like it gives you all your sources, like your competitor gaps, trust, and source transparency. Both Perplexity and ChatGPT search have demonstrated strong demand for cited source transparency. AI answers, Google's AI overview have faced criticism. I actually like the overview, but aside from that, but as you can see here, you have like all your breakdowns and all that type of stuff. Fantastic. And then you would have your marketing strategy. Like, okay, so now this is the big thing. How would you now present yourself? Okay, now you have your tools. You got the basic type of stuff. You're going through the motions, the marketing strategy. Now the big question is, okay, I'm using Google as an example. Okay, but okay, now um I'm a restaurant, I'm a shoe store, I'm a brand, I'm a sports store, I'm a drink brand, I'm whatever it could be. Here's the question: How would who are my competitors? Obviously, I need to do the research as it's doing. How do I rank now on the GEO, all this type of stuff? But what's the plan now? Because it's not just post a couple of things here and there on X, maybe have a blogger, all this type of stuff, they'll YouTube. No. Now the big question is, how do I get myself in front of other type of things? So okay, so now people now are very dependent on AI. It is a big infrastructure. People, as the meme goes, Grok, is this true? Because that's what people actually do. I've even done it. Actually, I still kind of do in a way before the pay to play, but like it doesn't really matter. Like I've done it. People are asking certain things. People are asking Gemini. Gemini, is this based on this? Most people don't Google. They just ask AI. They ask ChatGPT. They ask whatever. Like they ask their preferred. I do like Grok still to a certain degree, but Gemini is a little bit better because there's no. Even with the free tier, you can still do a lot of type of things. You can still connect to certain things. I know Grok is part of the ecosystem of X, but certain things happen. But stuff happens. But now with Okara, okay, so my big question is, okay, so now with Okara, okay, so now this does as CMO, it stands for Chief Marketing Officer. So pretty much, it's basically the chief marketing officer. It's the VP. It's the big guy who basically does all the marketing. He has the unlimited budget. He has power over 9,000, pretty much. So they have the power over 9,000. So usually a human would have to have a lot of people. They would have to do this, they would have to do that, and they would have to coordinate certain people. Now with this, you don't have to coordinate anyone. Okay, so boom. Okay, so you would have one person for Google Analytics. Then you would have another person to write the marketing. Then you would have another person to do the advertising. You would have another person, you get the idea, to do all these 20 different tasks. The middle managers, or as lots of people are now calling in the AI space, just waste. So we need to cut the waste. Um, so now the big question is, okay, so now you have the guy who does the analytics, the person who does the SEO, the GEO, the person who handles the marketing, all this type of stuff. How would I present this to a client? How would I present this? What's the marketing strategy? What's your pitch? All this type of stuff. So now the big question is, okay, so now what is your ideal customer? Okay, so now this is the marketing part. Who's your customer? What's their age range? Are they male? Are they female? Are they like, okay, so the big question now would be, obviously most females would do nails. So do nails, they do beauty, all this type of stuff. Okay, so what's the demographics? So obviously, like, who are you trying to target? So obviously the demographics would mostly be female for beauty, nails, all this type of stuff. Sports is 50-50. Yes, both male and female do sports. Or now let's say you're trying to target technology. Yes, there are some women in technology, but the majority is heavily male. So what's the age range? There's now more youth going into technology because of the AI boom. Just mostly still male, and all that type of stuff. Okay, but now, okay, so now with that technology, may it be all this type of stuff for your woman you're trying to find in the beauty space. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, okay, now I have to hire I would have to hire marketing, I would have to hire a videographer, I would have to hire this, I would have to hire that, I would have to find someone who knows how to use Google. Well, wrong. You just use this, and then, as I say, now let's get into this, the marketing strategy. So demographics right here. 18 to 45 behavior user search. Okay, so 18 to 45 women would be between the ages around the same age, um maybe a little bit younger, because obviously there are some teenagers who do use beauty. They're a lifetime customer, that's what they're looking for. um Behavior, so obviously women would want to look fancy, they want to go to parties, they want to do this, all this type of stuff. Or in this case, uses search 5 times daily, they use Geo. Now with asking Gemini a lot, 5 times or more daily. Information overload, slow irrelevant results, distrust, or AI hallucinations. These are the pain points. So pain points for women, so what would they be? So obviously the pain points would be not looking well, not looking attractive, all this type of stuff. Sports, people who are pain points, maybe someone who's not so fit, all this type of stuff. Any unanswered questions requiring external information, or like maybe, okay, so secondary segments. The AI curious power user professionals and students who started experimenting with ChatGPT, Perplexity, or any other queries, frustrated by AI tools, lacks real-time web access. Web 2 is kind of out the window, but that. Value accuracy and speed, ecosystem integrations, Gmail, Drive, Maps, so integrations like aesthetics, all this type of stuff for beauty, sports, like people who like are looking for like Under Armour, all that type of stuff. For anyone who's internet access, who needs fast, reliable Google search. Obviously for people who are looking to look attractive, all this type of stuff, fit for the fitness or attractive, like in the beauty, it's mostly women. Core message. What is your core message? Like you could even use the core message. Get answers in milliseconds every time. Sub second results from the world's largest index. AI mode, cited sources, all this type of stuff. So like, how would you do it for beauty? Obviously, we're partnered with L'Oreal, Dior, all this type of stuff. Why are you good? Because we are partnered. We have trusted partners like high value brands, all this type of stuff. No prioritization report. Owned or paid. Highest priority. Google already owns YouTube. Obviously, shorts, all this type of stuff. Search ads, Google ads, high priority. Social media, organic, X, Twitter, TikTok, medium, high. SEO blogs, low priority, leverage existing Gmail. This is how you do it. audit current messaging across Google.com, identify five competitors, publish YouTube, all this type of stuff. So how would you for beauty? So obviously constant curation. Obviously you have to post beauty videos. You have to do this. You have to do that. Foundation and audit. So obviously you would have to check out for other brands, other people ranking on like Perplexity, this, that. Launch and distribute. Obviously you did that. Measure and optimize. Review search ads. Pay per content per click or cost per click. Pause all this type of stuff. That's the SEO version, but like you get the idea. So how would you would track all the stuff with your analytics, your dashboards? So as you can see here, you would have to go before you would have to open up Google Analytics and then another page for this, another tab for this. It's all right here on your SEO, right here. Links, technical type of stuff. Here's your score. Then your GEO, your generative engine optimization. This is how you rank. This is what I'm talking about. This is the most important thing now. What is your visibility? Because now people aren't spamming cookie, 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 or bikini, 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 or fitness, 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 fitness to get to page one. They're asking questions now on ChatGPT. They're asking questions now on Perplexity, Copilot, Gemini, Grok, etc. What would be the best type of fitness? And then your page pops up. What would be the best type for search? What would be this? And then based on certain things, based on those hashtags, based on those links, then you're ranking. You're trying to rank on all this type of stuff because now by doing that, that's good. So why then you have right here your LLM text right here. As you can see, users enter queries and receive rank web results, images, and AI generated answers. Google's homepage also has a launch pad for its broader ecosystem, which is AI mode, product, search, main entry, all this type of stuff. Your maps, hashtags. See the hashtags? That's exactly what you're trying to rank on. And then by asking that, they would hashtag this, and then it would, or they would ask you a question what would be like the best type of nail salon within the New York tri-state area. And then they would pop up. Well, I think that Bianca's nail and beauty is really, really good because of da 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 da. Then you have your competitor analysis, as I showed you, your competitors. So then, for example, then you would go here, and then you would see your agent's feed. So create a new influencer campaign. You can create something. So let's say let's create. Let's launch an influencer campaign for my product. So then you would hit enter, and then the AI CMO then will give me okay. So let's say for example, I want to do something about beauty or cookies or whatever. So what's your budget? What's your campaign? What's your deliverables? So before this would be all in Google Analytics, you would have to do this. You would have to fight with this type of stuff. You would have to manually calculate. Okay, so if I put $5 here, then this would be this, and then I have to put the slider, and then I would have to. Is it male, female? What's my audience? What's this? What's that? It already gives you your audience. It already gives you all that. A Reddit agent. So Google's AI search, as you can see, your opportunities are ready. Your SEO agent, find fixes, all that stuff. Go. Got your articles agent right here. Let's hit read. H1Q, web search, as you can see right here, you got all this type of stuff. Your validation, visual search, upload, and obviously your UGC video. So before you would have to go into 17 different tools. Now you can do it all within one AI. So we're gonna go back. We're want to do that. Okay, cool. Okay, so we did all that, and we went to our dashboard, as you can see. So now let's see if we can do something like, okay, so So let's say, for example, we checked out the hacker news. We can go into automate technical SEO fixes. Okay, so let's go into here. So you can connect your GitHub and find issues. I don't really have a GitHub. I don't really rank. I don't. So you have your Reddit, as you can see, what's your website. We already showed you the Reddit agent right there. Connect with the right influencers for your brand automatically. So influencer agent runs your entire influencer campaign for the first brief to the final product. So we got all that. As you see, you got the Reddit, you see all this type of stuff which I did. Okay, got your writer. It even writes your type of stuff, which I did with the SEO. Showed you the GEO, UGC content. Okay, so let's go with Google. So we're just typing Google, and let's just hit that. So obviously, I have this. So now let's see this one, the web with the video agent, which I'm actually kind of curious. It's actually kind of new. So let's see if we can actually do it. This thing is a product, so now this is a video agent, which I wanted. This is something I actually did want to see. Oh, I had my mic muted. That's embarrassing. So this is loading. Um, so we'll see how that is. I actually have to go back, but like before, as you saw, so as you said, that gives you all your briefs, it gives you all your competitors and everything. Um, so, but that's what I'm kind of saying is that like I think most people still don't get it. Like, okay, well, why are you going to spend 100 hours and have Google dashboard, like your Google dashboard open when you already have the dashboard already there? Okay, so I couldn't do that, but you can do your shorts. We're gonna go back to my dashboard, and we're just gonna re-go through a couple of other type of things, because apparently I was muted and I didn't know that, which is interesting. Oh no! Yes, I muted because I was drinking the water. No, we're good. But just imagine that. So like, okay, so before, and I remember this. I'm not that. I'm actually not that. Yeah, I'm young enough to be young, but old enough to remember. So imagine, okay, so you have all this type of stuff. It gives you, imagine that it gives you like this, all that type, improve your writing quality, all that, and like imagine that. So before you would have to have 17 different tabs, one for your search console, one for your SEO, another tab for your links, another tab for the technical. And now let's say you didn't know anything, then you have to hire someone to do all this, and then you would have to hire someone or something like that to get your product information. You would have to hire someone for your brand voice, or a good writer, an underwriter, or something like that. You have to do all that type of stuff. A writer, and then you would have to get like hire like some crazy and fork out like crazy amounts of money, like $350,000 in 2026 money, just for all this competitor analysis. You have to hire all these people. Like he has to have like seven, all this type of stuff. And what if the guy doesn't really know what he's doing? What if the guy's never done big enterprise? He would tank your entire company. Like, yeah, they would tank your company. Oops, we didn't have all the right information. Look at all this. And this just does it. Like, look at the deep dive. Like, look at all this. It gives you like the revenue momentum, everything. So you get all your competitors, all that type of stuff. Like, this is just phenomenal. And it gives you your marketing strategy, as I pointed out. Like, look at all this. This got your articles right here. Hacker news. Look at this. Wow, man. This the compares it side by side. All this. Look. And people are still want to refuse and oh no, this and that. Nah, man. Like, look at all this. This is absolutely phenomenal. Then you got your little private chat right here. So you got your little private chat. We're gonna check this one out. Got all the AIs. Got you loading all the models. Okay, so we got a little bit of a private chat. We're gonna test it out right here. So we got our project, so we can use a little bit of project. I've never really done anything in private chat. Chat again. So you got everything. You got GLAN 4.7, which I do like. 5.2 just came out today, so I am I'm excited. So you got the best one. You got DeepSeek V4's out. That 2.7 just came out actually. Oh, they got GLAN 5 actually. So we're gonna go with the GLM 5 right here because I'm a big fan. So we got the tools, you got your web search, ChatGPT, you got all this type of stuff. AI, humanize, right? Use AI to detect AI. That's the real joke here. So we're just gonna pick up something right here. So we're gonna do Charles right here. It's a project I'm doing. So let's say, for example, um, okay. So what am I gonna do? So this is a coding agent. So I'm not too sure if it could actually can code. So help me scale my business. Okay, so let's say for example I have chart who will reach AI first. China, of course, everyone knows that. But again, um, so we got DeepSeek, we got the coders. Okay, so let's say for example, this would be a good example, just to say. I'm trying to find my prompt. There's a prompt that I use, so I need to log into something else to get my prompt, and I can see how the coding is. It's gonna actually code. Got it right here. I don't know. Okay, so let's see how this actually works. So we got my prompt. I have to go into Claude. Prompting is important. How Okara does this. It can actually build a system now. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is just marketing. Okay, so let's redo the prompt. Oh, it's just a marketing tool. Okay, so new idea. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Wait. If this is wait, this is marketing. I know what I'm gonna do. My emerald. Exactly. Hold on. It's something I'm working on with a buddy of mine. We're trying to make a AI West software. Okay, so let's see how this turns out. So now we're noticing it's marketing. Again, my brain usually just goes to let's code something when it comes to this type of stuff. Yes. I like to build too, okay? This is gonna be amazing. I'm excited. Let's see how I can turn this. Like if this is the case, like imagine that. So like I've been trying to work on this because I did a big percentage of it. And then I have my another buddy of mine where he is an ex Python dev, but he's trying to get into AI and everything. And he has a couple of like I did a big percentage of it, but he's trying to get the last 10% down. Um, so so if I can like so again, I'm the guy who promotes. I can build all that type of stuff, but it's a rare type of skill. Um, but either way, but he's the guy who can like get that final like put it all together type of scenario, and the guy's a really cool dude. So now I'm just like, okay, so how would I market this now? Like this would be like a good type of thing. So like I say to myself, okay, own product here. What can I do? How would I market this? What's the valuation? What's the proposition? So pretty much, I'm doing the jobs of like Elon Musk pays. He probably doesn't pay. He just gets Grok to do it. But like, let's say, for example, you're Microsoft or something like that, or Apple, and you're paying these people billions of dollars for nothing because Okara can just literally do it for not much. But again, as I say, the CEO, she's a wonderful person. She's a wonderful lady. I really like her. I vibe with her. Fantastic. She's a visionary. Let's go with that. So right here, as you can see, the convergence of massive markets. Look at this, bro. Like I predicted, the AI market is $12 billion. Just the entire market. Like I said before originally in this video, it is literally $12 billion. 2028 projected. Look at this. Sanity. $26 billion. Hold on, let me do the Dr. Evilton. $1 billion. I love it. Austin Powers, fantastic. But I have my moments. But still, look at this. Operating systems and runtime. 38 point, bro. Look at this. So it gives you your full breakdown. We're gonna look at the chart. So here's the development evolution timeline. So we're here technically. So this is before around like the chat GPT era. So we're pretty much COVID. COVID's kind of dying down. And then we're pretty much around here. We're in between these two. So we're in 2026, but we're also going 2026 plus. So we're between AI native era here, AI as a runtime, self-healing code, and then we have AI operating system era, and then we're flip-flopping, as you can see right here. You can zoom in here too. I never knew that, but I just use the window right here, which is fine. So market share and evaluation, the learning curve, years of education and practice, natural language prompts, manual debugging and code reviews, auto correction and obviously auto fixes, manual profiling, real time AI optimization. Like we're going full agentic. CI/CD pipelines and DevOps, AI deployment planning, multiple friggin' files, everything's all over the place. Kind of like how Okara is, how you have to have Google Analytics, you have to have this dashboard, this dashboard, this dashboard, this dashboard, this dashboard. So it's just all unified. Front end development by components. Impact 90% reduction in time to productivity, 95% error reduction, 40 to 70% performance gains, 80% reduction in deployment time. Like nothing. It's just like it's plug and play. It's like, hey Grok, make me this great website. Done. Hey Okara, make me an amazing marketing plan. Like it's doing. It shows you all the type of stuff that it showed you. Done. Amazing. One command, any platform. There you go. It's just like boom. There you go. It's like having the Infinity Stones all at once, and then you crank it up by 9,000. Oh yeah. Enterprise rapid application deployment. Companies needing to build full internal tool quickly. Oh boy, and that's happening. Founders needing prototypes in days, not months. Like I keep on saying, just for certain prototypes for certain things. Now with like as they say, there's Fable that actually got restricted by the U.S. government, so you know it's really good. So stuff like this. Um, we're already kind of behind that with Fable 5 and Mythos, but still, um, to a certain degree. But still, there's still like to a certain degree because you still got to know how to prompt it properly. You still got to do iterations. You still got to like do certain things. You still got to add everything. But like again, if you know what you're doing, then yes, it could be probably done in days, not months. But if you don't, then well, it's gonna cost. It's gonna be a lot more. Organizations replacing outdated systems. Correct. So exactly how Meta AI, Microsoft, and everyone's firing all the legacy workers. Educational universities just there's even no point. It's just like it is the university. Non-technical users becoming business. Well, that's debatable. Non-technical users define non-technical. Like so, there's that. Like you got to know what you're doing. Like you got to spend all day on YouTube or X or on Twitch or something like that, and actually teach yourself how to use the AI. AI is very hard to learn in school because it's moving so fast. And today we're going to be learning about DeepSeek 3. A couple of hours later, DeepSeek 3.1 is out. What? But the plan says 3.0. Well, you're wrong. It's 3.1 now. How do you know this? Because it was announced on X literally 15 minutes ago. And class is now useless. Gone. Game development. I'm a big fan of this, by the way. I'm actually trying to do something with that within that. Indie developers creating games with AI assistance. Ooh, buddy. Lightweight AI powered embedded systems, edge computing. We're on track to the world's first AI operating system that and language too. And ready software, eliminating need for separate HTML, CSS configurations. That's the idea. It still needs it's some things need to be finalized, but you know, as they say, it's on its way. So we're going to go into the full zoom right here. So you got the prompt-based code generation, context awareness, natural language first, all this. Emerald on tracks, UVP, frontline backend AI combined, no HTML separation, unified deployment embedded. This is the idea right here. But like, so as you can see, so there you go. Four different, so traditional IDEs, AI powered wrong, linting, wrong, native Windows, Mac OS, limited, natural language programming, limited, learning, no, natural, yes, limited, performance out op, no, validating, vendor lock in, proprietary, AI coding assistance. System, no, suggestions, no, right across the core. Primary segment A developers 40% of initial focus, so that is a big chunk of it. Ages 25 to 45, software engineers, tech leads. Oh, good luck with that one. 5 to 15 years experience. Oh boy, 5 to 15 years experience. They're gonna resist this fast. They're gonna resist this so fast, and their bosses are all fired. Company size. They're gonna get all laid off. Just how Zuck is doing it. Finance, healthcare, manufacturing, demographics, value, efficiency, productivity, embrace modern tooling. Yeah, this is in a perfect world. In advertising, acquisition channels, all this type of stuff. Segment B, the startups, they would be a little bit more open to it because they don't have that 22 to 30, I think. Role and founder, CTO, full stack, indie hacker, experience 2 to 80. I think that would be pretty good actually. Size 1 to 20 people. Um, SaaS is dead. AI SaaS is better. AI as a service, B2C, maybe to a certain degree. Apps, marketing, gaming, correct. Speed is crucial. Move fast, break things. Time, money now. I would have to say it also depends on the people who are backing. If it's maybe like A16s or something like that, maybe a little bit better. But if it's like a high churn type of thing, like it's there's a couple of other ones that are like a lot of high churn, then maybe not. But again, depends on who's breathing on your neck. Pain points, can't afford language development teams. Yeah, exactly. But see if we could. Yeah, this didn't happen. So yeah. So either way, this is my review of Okara. I would have to say Okara is really good. We have a little private mode, have all this type of stuff, all this type of stuff. But yeah, I would have to say it's fantastic. You can chat with your PDFs. You have an AI detector. You have a prompt optimizer, humanizer, the usual type of stuff. But I'll have to say, all in all, this is fantastic. Like it's brilliant, and I would definitely recommend this. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And as